Hey there everyone. Today we are going to discuss this problem. Convert an array into 2D array with conditions from Leetcode. So first of all, let's have a look at the problem statement. So you are given with an integer array nums. You need to create a 2D array from nums satisfying this following conditions. So let's have a look at these conditions. So the 2D array should contain only the element of the array nums. Okay, so whenever you are making this a resulting array, you can only take the numbers or the values which you have been provided in this array nums. And after that, the another condition is that each row in 2D array contains distinct integer. It means that whenever you are forming this resultant array, each and every row must contains the number that are different from each other. And finally, the number of rows in 2D array should be minimal. So whenever you are making this resulting array, the number of rows that you are going to make by using any type of arrangement should be minimal. So these are the three conditions that we have to follow, and we have to make some resulting array. And if there are multiple answers possible, then we have to return any of them. And there is one note that the 2D array can have different number of elements on each row. Okay, got it. So that was it. That was the simple problem statement. We don't have to do anything. We have to just simply follow the conditions which are given to us, and we will end up with the resultant array. But to do this, we need to have some logic, right? So first of all, let's try to frame some logic by using some observations. So now to draw some observation, I will be using these examples which are given to us. So let's try to analyze the first example which is given to us. And the array nums which is given to us is 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 1. Okay, so we are given with this number, and we have to now make this resulting array by following this three condition. Okay, so now let's try to form. Okay, so first of all, the condition is that in each and every row the numbers should be distinct from each other. So let's try to put this number 1 in the row 1. Let's try to put this number 2 again in the row 1. Now this number 3 in the row 1, and again we have to put the distinct number which are different from each other. So we have to put a number again in this row which is different from this previous numbers, that is 1 2 3 of this row. So is there any other distinct number which we can put over here? Yes, we can, 4. Now we will try to put as many number distinct as possible in the initial row, so that we can have the minimum number of row at the end of the day, right? So we will try to make a arrangement in such a way, such that initially in the rows we are able to put the maximum number of distinct integer. So over here we had maximum 4 distinct integer that I have placed in my row number 1. Now I will be left with this three numbers, that is 1 3 1. So in the next array you can put any one of this, that is, let's say I am putting 1 over here. Now I have two choices. I can either put 3 or 1, but since all the element in a particular row should be distinct as per the question, so I can't take this one. So I have to take this remaining 3 over here in this row. And now at the end, I will be remaining with the single number, that is 1. So I will put it over in the third row. So here you can see that we are able to make three rows, and in each and every row, the number of elements which are present have different values, or I can say distinct values from each other. And you can prove this thing also, that you won't be able to make any other arrangement in such a way that it will have number of rows lesser than 3. So you can prove this thing also. So I hope you have understand this example well. Now from this example we can draw some observations, and from those observation we can form some logic. So what observation you can form from over here? The first observation that you can see over here is that we are given with one of the condition that in each and every row the integers which are present in that row should be distinct. And let's say if we have, let's say in this example, the frequency of this element 1 was 3. Okay, so the frequency of this element 1 was 3. So now you can see over here that in single row you can put 1 only once. Now again, if you want to put the remaining one, then you can only put this remaining one in the another row. Now again, the remaining one you have to put in the another row. You can't be able to put any of this two ones or more than one once in a single row. as if you do that thing, then you won't be able to satisfy this condition, that is of distinct integers. So from over here, one simple observation that we can draw from here is that the minimum number of row, that is minimum number of row that we have to take, will be equal to the maximum frequency of any element that is present in this array nums. Okay, so what will be the minimum number of rows that we will be taking? It will be equal to the maximum number of frequency of any element present in this array nums. So this is the first observation that you can draw from over here. So that was it. That was a simple observation, and this was the main part of this logic. Once you know that how many number of minimum rows that you are going to take, then after that you will be able to store all the frequency of all the numbers which are present in nums, in map or any data structure that you like. And after that, in each and every row, try to put the distinct integers. That's it. That was the logic. A simple one. I hope you have understood it. Now let's directly have a look at the code. From there you will be able to understand it in a better way. So now let's have a look at the code. So you can see over here is that we have to return this resulting array, that is vector of int. So first of all, I have initialized one vector of int, that is answer, that will be storing the resultant array. After that, I have declared one unordered map with int comma int, and since I have told you that the minimum number of rows that my resulting array will have will be equal to the maximum frequency of any element present in this array nums. So that's why over here in this for loop, what I'm doing over here is that I'm checking the frequency of each and every element which is present in this nums. I've already stored the frequency of each and every element in my map over here using this for loop, and after that I am checking the minimum number of rows that I have to take by checking the maximum frequency of the number present in the nums. So once I have done that, I will be having the minimum number of rows. So I will be going through each and every row, and while I am traversing through each and every row, I will try to put as many distinct integer that I can put inside that particular row. And once I am done with that, once I am exhausted with all my distinct integer, then I will just change my row, and I will again repeat the same procedure, and I will keep putting that particular number in a particular row as far as my it.second, it means the frequency of that element is greater than 0, it means it is positive. Once the frequency of any element is becoming 0 or lesser than 0, then it means that we are exhausted with the possibility of putting that number in any row. So after that we won't be taking that number. So this is what I'm doing over here, and we will be pushing those maximum number of distinct integer that we can take at a particular time into our one of the particular row, and we will keep on doing this for the rest of the rows, and at the end of the day we'll be just returning this answer. So that was it. That was the simple solution. Now let's try to submit it. So yeah, you can see over here is this is accepted. So now if you have understood this solution, please give a big thumbs up to this video and subscribe to our channel for more such content. And I will see you in the next one.